You know that feeling, right? You're standing in a store, looking at this huge wall of products, just trying to make the right choice. But what if I told you a single, simple phrase could make that decision for you in a heartbeat? You're stuck, weighing all the pros and cons, and then you see it. A small sign with just a few magic words. And suddenly, all that hesitation just vanishes. So let's unpack the psychology behind that exact moment.
Okay, so it all starts with a scene we've all been in. Picture this. You're in a store, you're on a mission for one specific thing. You find the right aisle, and that's when you get hit with a classic problem.
You're faced with dozens of options, and they're all claiming to be the best. They look like they've got similar features, similar prices, and your brain just starts to spin, trying to figure it all out. This is what they call analysis paralysis. Which one is actually better? Which one is worth your hard-earned money? You're just frozen. You can't decide. But then, something cuts right through all that noise.
Your eyes scan the shelves one last time, and that's when you see it. A small sign with a phrase that acts like a powerful cheat code for your brain. And just like that, poof, all the doubt and indecision, it's gone. This one phrase seems to carry an unbelievable amount of weight.
Your immediate thought is something like, well, hey, if it was featured on TV, it must be effective. The decision is made. You grab that product, head to the checkout, and you feel totally confident in your choice. So what in the world is the psychology behind this instant trust?
What you just experienced is actually a really well-known cognitive bias. It's not magic. It's a predictable pattern in how our minds work, and it's called the authority effect.
The concept itself is beautifully simple. We are naturally wired to trust sources we see as authoritative. It's a mental shortcut. We basically assume they've already done the research and the hard work for us.
I mean, think about it. For decades, television has been a primary source of news, information, and expert opinions. That perception of authority is incredibly powerful. So when a product is linked to TV, it instantly gets to borrow that pre-established credibility.
But here's the really brilliant part. A product doesn't need its own dedicated TV segment to use this effect. Not at all. It's all about making a clever connection.
And this strategy is used absolutely everywhere. A sign next to ginseng might mention a TV feature. A remodeling company could advertise a trend straight from a design show. Or a supermarket might connect tomatoes to a health segment by a popular TV personality.
This example is fantastic because it combines two really powerful elements. First, the borrowed authority from the popular announcer, and second, the scientific-sounding language about lycopene. It makes the claim feel both super credible and really important.
So what's the core strategy we can learn from all these clever marketers? Well, the key insight is both simple and honestly incredibly powerful.
Getting your own product actually featured on television is crazy expensive and extremely difficult. But simply associating your product with content that was on TV, now that's just clever marketing. You get all the benefits of borrowed authority without that massive cost or effort.
So the crucial takeaway is this. Authority isn't just about who you are. It's about who you're associated with. By linking your product to a trusted source, you create that powerful mental shortcut for your customers. And you know, this principle applies to so much more than just television. Think about trusted publications, well-known experts, or popular trends. The question isn't whether you can get on the stage, but whether you can cleverly stand next to it. So where could you find an authoritative source to borrow a little trust from?